right. So here's what we got from our ancestors. Mirror guardian. Take time to reflect. You need to think before you act. Can't always act. That might have been cute when you were young. It might have been funny when you were little. But you're grown as fuck now. You need to grow up. In the sense of you need to be real with yourself. That's what being grown up is all about, honestly. To be real with ourselves. When I was a child, I did childish things. You're no longer a child. Why are you still doing childish things? You can't expect other people to always save you from your choices. You make the choice, you made the bed, you lie in that shit. That's tough love. That's the love that helps you learn. That's the love that helps you grow. If a person didn't love you, they would let you do whatever you want to them. They would let you do whatever you want, as far as getting them their resources, their time involved. If they didn't love you, they would. If they didn't love themselves, they would. But it's time for you to take responsibility, honey. You're grown. Broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. In order to have peace, you have to create peace. How do you create peace? Be still. Go inward. Open up. Think. Meditate. Close your eyes. Usually for me, thinking about myself when I was 3 helps. I like to have those conversations with the 3-year-old part of me. My parents were just kind of in their journey, and they didn't really have time, I think, to be present with me. And when we have parents that can't be present, there's always darkness working, and the kids they're the target. So whenever we are not present as parents, or we have parents that aren't present, things happen, ideas are developed, habits are picked up from others. Because we have this idea that once we raise our children to be a certain age, they are no longer our children. And with everything that's happening, like with the media, with what these kids watch, what these kids take in, it's funny because these kids, these babies, they embody adults on the outside. Like, they look like, just even with the, like, these kids are some thick ass kids, like huge kids. They embody adults. And then because they have access to information that maybe the internet was just like a little bit of a thing when I was younger. But I know my mom didn't have that information when she was younger. I know my grandparents didn't have that information when they were younger. When kids have this access to information, what happens is it makes them smarter. They know too much. And also them knowing too much. Kind of like when Eve bit the apple. The forbidden fruit. When that piece of the forbidden fruit was bitten, they lost all sense of true self. Things that didn't matter started to matter. And that is what's happening to these babies. They're losing all sense of true self. Things that should matter, family, grades, presentation, hygiene, loyalty, health, wealth, friendships, sensitivity, people's feelings, lives. They don't matter. Because TV has taken everything and made it funny, has made everything a joke, has desensitized the youth. And they've been doing this for a long time. A television program set is not called a television program set for no reason. It's to program the minds. It's to take hold of the minds. That's why when people talk about like the war, it's spiritual. It is a spiritual war. It's a war for your mind, for your heart, for your soul. It is a war to take you and to connect you from all sense of self, that you don't care to be righteous. You don't care about values. You don't care about what happens to you. You don't care what people do to you. When you do shit like that, when you allow those things, it's not only saying, I don't care about me, I don't care about the God within me. I don't care about the goddess within me. I don't care about the breath breathed in my lungs to give me life. And if you have kids, fucking shame on you. Because then that means that you don't care about the life that was breathed into your children's bodies. That means that you don't care about the fact that God took the time out to craft somebody individually for you, by you, for you, so that you can leave your mark and your legacy. Our children are our legacies. That's the legacy. Our children are our future. And the shit that's going on to these kids when we're not paying attention, when we're not in a state of peace, is abusive. It's abusive on a mass level. You have to create peace. If you don't create peace, you don't create peace for your children. If your children can't live in peace, if your children can't have peace, they'll be looking for it their whole life in all the wrong places. Right now, the world is lighting up. It's starting to light up. Things are starting to be revealed. We're starting to be able to see behind the scenes. But who knows how much longer we're going to be in the dark? Who knows how much longer we're going to see dark? I know what's coming. I know something's coming. We all know something is coming. But I'm sure that as it happens, on the way to it, there's going to be a lot more dark that we don't even know about. Take note of intuitive messages. What's your moon sign? We need to learn some moon signs. I'm going to be doing some astrology, some basic sun astrology. But the reason that I call myself the divine moon goddess is because I'm a Cancer child. I am a moon child. That's my planet. I have a Scorpio moon. And Scorpios are all about the depths. They're all about the dark. They're all about the uncomfortable conversations. They're all about diving deep. So to me, I intuit myself as an intuitive who has the ability to see into the dark, to bring it to light, to bring it to the public, to bring it to the people, to bring it to the tribes, to bring the information that I receive. And so a lot of that information has been received by tapping into my dark side, by tapping into my intuitive side. Now, a lot of people will associate the moon. Some people will associate the moon with darkness. But to be 100% honest with you, all of the really beautiful shit about me has been found in the dark. Everything that I'm remembering about me, the good, the really good, like the good parts of me, the good, wholesome, childlike parts of me, those parts have been in the dark. I literally envision sometimes just a child in the dark of my mind, scared, lost, not knowing where to go, not being able to find the light, not being able to see the light. And if I don't light myself up with the fire of passion by opening my heart, if I don't light other people's fires up, if your fire doesn't get lit and used properly, then what are we really doing this for? Why are we really here? How's the child going to see the way out without light? How can there be light in a dark body, doing dark things with a dark soul? You'll forever be tormented by the cries, the worries, the pain of the child in you if you don't get in tune with yourself. The only way to get in tune is to tap into the dark. Tap into... Now, I'm not talking about dark shit. I'm not talking about dark magic. I'm talking about your own dark. Mastering the darkness within. And the moon, it affects our different tides. It affects the water within us. We're 60 to 80% water. The moon does have effect on us. So during, these different moon phases, do some reading. Study your moon sign. Find out more about your moon sign. Like, for instance, say you're an Aries and you are fire, but you are super emotional. You cry all the time. You're not the typical fiery. You might have a Cancer moon. You might have a water sign moon. You might have a more sensitive moon sign. And that might explain why you and your Aries best friend aren't the same. Because the moon, even though it's right there, it's a major sign. It is a major sign. We have phases. The moon empties and clears and cleans. There's so much the moon can do for you. It's time to look at our dark. In order to look at your dark, Aries, because I feel like a lot of that energy with that fire sometimes, the dark energy fuels that fire, and you want to use some of that light energy. So you need to light yourself up. You need to start going within. Stare at the moon. Talk to the moon. It's a loving moon. Loving energy all around the board. Medicine guardian. Be open to healing information. Learn about herbs. I see green. The healing information is going to open up the heart chakra. Healing music, healing herbs, healing food. Even if you're a meat eater, someone who eats meat, it doesn't mean that you can't introduce yourself to new vegetables. Doesn't mean you can't introduce yourself to new things, new veggies, new fruits. Definitely. Doesn't mean that you can't. So yeah, definitely open yourself up to healing, to all types of healing. Reiki is really great healing. There's lots of that. That's not anything you have to do in person. You can do it over like the computer. I know Big Empress Energy, Cleo Clementine. She is someone who she does Reiki. It's like 1444, which is very symbolic if you know your numbers. It's 1444, and you just pay, and she does like a sound bath, and she does a beautiful reading. It's for the collective. It is something that she does at every moon cycle. That might be something to check into. They're getting better and better. I've done a billion, and I just love them. So that's someone that I like look to for spiritual information, healing information. Some of our spiritual gurus. There's so many of them, but you just gotta have to pick whatever resonates with you. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. That is breaking generational curses, Aries. You don't have to be such a hothead. And it's not even all about science, too. Like, a little bit, it kind of has to do with, like, genetics. Like, you might have some hotheads in your family lineage. Well, work on cooling down. Work on not being such a hothead. Work on bringing that down. If you do that, I mean, you're setting yourself up for success. I mean, 8 is a month of success. But success is defined different depending on who it is. Success is different to everyone. And you have to look at the fact that success is different. What does successful mean to you? What does successful mean to a 3-year-old you? Not what does success mean to, the programming today, but what does success mean to a 3-year-old you? Let's do a message from the higher self. This is that 3-year-old. This is getting in that light. This is helping you light that 3-year-old up. I'm all about inner children. I'm all about, making sure. I just love kids, dude. I've loved kids since the beginning. Mentors and role models. Children are so special. And we need to learn how to be there for these babies. We used to live in an era where it was like, do as I say, not as I do. You do what I say. I can go ahead, pop pills, party all night, get fucked up. You can see all this, but you do different. You do different. We got to start holding ourselves accountable. Accountability. That seems to be the word of the month. Accountability. It really does. Because I'm learning to hold myself accountable. Learning to hold my children, my child accountable, my small ones, my 13-year-old daughter. I can't believe that's crazy. I'm learning to hold people accountable. Even her. It's out of a place of love. God, he tries to hold us accountable all the time. He does hold us accountable. Then we want to turn around and get mad because he's holding us accountable. Maybe you said something ugly. And maybe you called out some people and he said, you know what? I giveth, I can taketh away. Because he damn sure can do that. Maybe someone even told you, hey, he giveth, he can taketh away, Aries. And you said, bump that. And now you're somewhere upset because he tooketh away. Quit being so hard-headed. A hard head makes for a soft ass. One more. Okay. Mentors and role models. I said that. Be role models to these babies. Be role models to your children. Be role models to the children in the community. Be role models to your niece, your nephew. Be a light. See this light right here? The moon, the sun, the moon. Be a light. Get to know yourself inside and out. Remember I was talking about lighting yourself up so that that child can walk out, so that that child can go home? Be a light. One, we think what we create. We create our thoughts. We create our reality with our thoughts. And so, what are you thinking about? What do you spend your time thinking about? I hope it's positive thoughts and being a mentor and a role model, because that's what you're being pulled to do. 8, you get what you put out. You get what you receive. What can I give? I can give of my time. I can volunteer. I can go to the clinic and, donate some plasma, donate some blood. I mean, that stuff does save lives. It does help people. Actually, probably not now with Coco going on. I take that back. What can you give of your time? What can you give of your energy? What can you give? Boys and Girls Club. I just feel like mentorship. Take that fire and that passion and teach these babies how to use it right. But to know how to use it right, you need to fix yourself. Be of service. Put your fire in the direction of service. You're the boss. We create our own reality with our thoughts. You're the head honcho. You can make a whole job and a whole career out of caring for kids. People love their kids. And there's good money to be made taking care of kids. Good money for people who deserve it. There's so many people out there taking care of kids that don't need to be taking care of kids. Like I said, these kids are the attack. They are under supreme attack, mental attack, physical attack. The amount of confusion that these children have within themselves at such an early age. Like, why do you think that is? Why? And what's so crazy is we see our kids go through things. We see them live and we think, they're just kids. They'll be all right. I was all right. No, the fuck they won't. Because the attack on them is real. It's a real attack. That's why we're at work 24-7. That's why people are, certain companies, people miss holidays and all this. Because when you're not there for your kids, they feel like you're not there for them. If they feel like you're not there for them, they turn their attention otherwise. The streets, their friends. These kids are raising each other. While all of us are at work in the quarantine, when these babies were home from school, TikTok was raising them. TikTok was raising your kids. And everybody thought that shit was cute. Oh, it's just, No, this thing is raising your fucking kids. And so this is kids raising other kids. And that was always my worst fear, because you never know who these kids are learning from. Be a light, be a mentor, be an example. Be someone these people can be proud of. You are the boss of your destiny. And you have to teach these children that they are the boss of their destiny. You are the CEO over your life. So what are you going to do about it? 4 is angel protection. 8 is success. Again, you get what you put out. I feel like you need to know that you're protected, but you also need to know that you only get out of what you put in. If you're not putting nothing in and you're mad, try putting something in. Aura cleanse, 32. Get those dirty, dirty energies off of you. You need to watch who you hang around. Somebody's talking. People are talking about you. People aren't being real. People are being fake. Because your spidey senses are tingling. And it ain't good. Some friendships will be lost. But that's fine. That's what it's all about. Heart. Smell the roses. Get some roses. I love roses. Get plants in your house. They help you breathe and they teach you patience and kindness. And just like how important every little thing that God created is. 3 is about balance. Mind, body, and soul. Making sure that whatever you think, you say, you do. Keeping alignment all across the board. That's what keeps your mind, body, and soul in alignment. Making sure that they're on the same page at all times. That's what keeps you closed too, so that things can't come into your aura and try to get your protection stones, your black tourmaline, get your Onyxes. I actually just got a black dog and I named him Onyx. And I did that on purpose because I know what it meant. Let's see. 3 and 2 is 5. Let go of the things that don't fit you. I feel like you need to spend more time in nature. More time taking baths, more time soaking, more solitude, more meditation, more time in the rain. I used to dance in the rain when I was little. Yeah, more time in the rain, Aries. Maybe that'll help cool that ass off. Maybe it'll, look at the rain. Look out the window and watch the rain. And notice. Just mindfully watch. Open up your mind and watch. Stay in your own skin. Deal with what concerns you. Stay out of the drama. You need to learn how to accept yourself for who you are. I don't sense full acceptance of yourself. I don't sense full self-worth of yourself. 2, balance. Just as much time as you spend getting the outside to look good, you need to spend that same amount of time on the inside. A lot of balance right now is just calling for people to have a balance, to find balance between who they are as spiritual beings and who they are as humans. Making sure that every part gets acknowledged. Just like your inner child, making sure that that part gets acknowledged. Finding the balance between your childlike self and your adult self. Brainstorming, coming up with ideas. Thinking about what you love about yourself. Working on your emotions. Working on your emotions. Try not to take on other people's emotions. Stay away from the drama. I feel like you're taking on some other people's drama, and that might be why you need to cleanse your ends too. I feel like you hang out with some drama-filled ass people, maybe. Or maybe you got a friend that's been getting on your nerves, or maybe you've been noticing that like somebody's drama and you just don't want that shit anymore. Run for the hills. Don't forget to take a bath though. 6, work on that relationship with your higher self. Spend time with your 3-year-old. 6 and 2 is 8. Another reminder that you get what you put out. Oh, and get grounded. Go outside barefoot. When I was a kid, I used to run around barefoot all the time in the country. And I feel like that's just probably why I just grew up so humble and just grounded. I love green scenery to this day. My grandma has like the biggest yard, and sometimes I just like to go back there and sit and just be in the green. 2, balance. Find balance between spirituality and human presence. Enjoy. Don't beat yourself up for still being human. Like, it's okay to still like Megan Thee Stallion. It's okay to still be ratchet sometimes. Like, you're learning. As long as you being ratchet doesn't affect the way you treat people, you're fine. Because it's not so much about your action as it is about how we treat people. That's what it's going to come down to. That's why pretty soon money won't mean anything. And the only thing that'll matter is how you treat people. That's it. That's all. All right. So we need to know what is going on behind the scenes this month for us in August. What is going on for us behind the scenes this month in August, Aries? Okay. Okay. Some things definitely going on for us. Well, I'm not an Aries, so there's no us. But all right. When cards jump out, I just go with it. And I happen to have 6, though, which means you really need to spend time with your higher self. The hidden. Okay, so this directly, I know for a fact exactly what this is. I don't even have to look at these cards because I feel it. This directly is the key to helping you light yourself up, to light that little kid and walk them out to home. All right, so I have a lot of challenges here. There's some challenges. I see stuff that needs to be worked through. But this is right side up. Control, assistance. Let go. It is time for you to give up control. It is time for you to surrender. It is time for you to start being used. Not used by people, used by God, used by spirit. It is time for you to start being led. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. He can't do all the work for you. At some point, you have to be accountable for your shit. At some point, you have to say, you know what? I don't know what to do. God, spirit, just show me. Show me. Use me. How can I be used? How can I be of service today? How can you use me to cause service today? 4 is all about angel assistance. Knowing that your angels, your ancestors, you are protected. 2 is about having that balance. Knowing when you can control and when you cannot. 4 and 2 is 6. Work on your relationship with your higher self. So here are my challenge cards. The word Lord. Communication, praise, dishonesty. Somebody's got a pattern of lying. Some pathological liars. Quit fucking lying so much. Let me tell you why. Because when you lie, the more you lie, the further you pull yourself away from your truth. The truth. God is the truth. He is the light. He is the way. If you're lying all the damn time and your life's in shambles, what else did you expect again? Start telling the truth. It's not easy. Especially, I used to be a person of many fibs. I used to lie a lot. I used to spin things, do things I had no business doing. And my life was fucking horrible. And now that I can be honest, like cancers should, things are looking a lot better for me. False idols.